Definition of drones. A drone, in technological terms, is an unmanned aircraft. Drones are more formally known as unmanned aerial vehicles or unmanned aircraft systems. Essentially, a drone is a flying robot that can be remotely controlled or fly autonomously through software-controlled flight plans in their embedded systems, working in conjunction with onboard sensors and GPS. In the recent past, UFs were most often associated with the military, where they were used initially for anti-aircraft target practice, intelligence gathering and then, more controversially, as weapons platforms. Drones are now also used in a wide range of civilian roles ranging from search and rescue, surveillance, traffic monitoring, weather monitoring and firefighting, to personal drones and business drone-based photography, as well as videography, agriculture and even delivery services. Example. In aviation and in space, a drone refers to an unpiloted aircraft or spacecraft. Drones are often used for military purposes because they don't put a pilot's life at risk in combat zones. In addition, drones don't require rest, enabling them to fly if there is fuel in the craft and there are no mechanical difficulties. Technically speaking, space-borne drones could include cargo spacecraft, satellites and machines that leave Earth, although they aren't usually referred to as such. Perhaps the best example of a drone in space is the US military's mysterious X-37B spacecraft, which has made multiple flights into orbit for hundreds of days at a time. Its mission is highly classified, leading to speculation about what it is doing. Multi-rotor drones. Multi-rotor drones are the most common types of drones which are used by professionals and hobbyists alike. They are used for most common applications like aerial photography, aerial video surveillance, etc. Different types of products are available in this segment in the market, say multi-rotor drones for professional uses like aerial photography, and there are lots of variants for hobby purposes like amateur drone racing or leisure flying. Out of all the four drone types, multi-rotor drones are the easiest to manufacture and they are the cheapest option available as well. Multi-rotor drones can be further classified based on the number of rotors on the platform. They are tricopter, quadcopter, hexacopter and octocopter. Out of these, quadcopters are the most popular and widely used variant. Fixed-wing drones. Fixed-wing drones are entirely different in design and built to multi-rotor type drones. They use a wing like the normal airplanes out there. Unlike multi-rotor drones, fixed-wing type models never utilize energy to stay afloat on air fighting gravity. Instead, they move forward on their set course or as set by the guide control if their energy source permits. Most fixed-wing drones have an average flying time of a couple of hours. Gas engine-powered drones can fly up to 16 hours or higher. Owing to their higher flying time and fuel efficiency, fixed-wing drones are ideal for long-distance operations. But they cannot be used for aerial photography where the drone needs to be kept still on the air for a period. Single-rotor drones. Single-rotor drones look very similar in design and structure to actual helicopters. Unlike a multi-rotor drone, a single-rotor model has just one big-sized rotor plus a small-sized one on the tail of the drone to control its heading. Single-rotor drones are much efficient than multi-rotor versions. They have higher flying times and can even be powered by gas engines. In aerodynamics, the lower the count of rotors, the lesser will be the spin of the object. And that's the big reason why quadcopters are more stable than octocopters. In that sense, single-rotor drones are much efficient than multi-rotor drones. Hybrid drones. These are hybrid versions combining the benefits of fixed-wing models with that of rotor-based models. This concept has been tested from around 1960s without much success. However, with the advent of new generation sensors, this concept has got some new life and direction. Hybrid vehicles are a play of automation and manual gliding. A vertical lift is used to lift the drone up into the air from the ground. Gyros and accelerometers work in automated mode to keep the drone stabilized in the air. Remote-based manual control is used to guide the drone on the desired course. Standard propellers. The propellers are usually located at the front of the drone, quadcopter. There are very many variations in terms of size and material used in the manufacture of propellers. Most of them are made of plastic, especially for the smaller drones, but the more expensive ones are made of carbon fiber. Propellers are responsible for the direction and motion of the drone. It is therefore important to ensure that each of the propellers is in good condition before taking your drone out for flight. A faulty propeller means impaired flight for the drone and hence an accident. You can also carry an extra set of propellers just in case you notice some damage that was not there before. Pusher propellers. Pusher propellers are the ones responsible for the forward and backward thrust of the drone during flight. As the name suggests, the pusher propellers will determine the direction the drone takes, either forward or backward. They are normally located at the back of the drone. They work by cancelling out the motor torques of the drone during stationary flight, leading to forward or backward thrust. Brushless motors. All drones being manufactured lately use the brushless motors that are more efficient in terms of performance and operation as opposed to the brushed motors. The design of the motor is as important as the drone itself. This is because an efficient motor means you will be able to save on costs of purchase and maintenance costs. In addition to that, you will also save on battery life, which contributes to longer flight time when flying your drone. Currently, the drone motor design market is exciting as companies try to outdo each other in coming up with the most efficient and best developed motors. Landing gear. Some drones come with helicopter-style landing gears that help in landing the drone. Drones which require high ground clearance during landing will require a modified landing gear to allow it to land safely on the ground. In addition to that, delivery drones that carry parcels or items may need to have a spacious landing gear due to the space required to hold the items as it touches the ground. However, not all drones require a landing gear. Some smaller drones will work perfectly fine without a landing gear and will land safely on their bellies once they touch the ground. Most drones that fly longer and cover longer distances have fixed landing gears. In some cases, the landing gear may turn out to be an impediment to the 360 degrees view of the environment, especially for a camera drone. Landing gears also increase the safety of the drone. Electronic speed controllers. An electronic speed controller is an electric circuit whose main responsibility is to monitor and vary the speed of the drone during flight. It is also responsible for the direction of flight and variations in brakes of the drone. The escape is also responsible for the conversion of DC battery power to AC power to propel the brushless motors. Modern drones depend entirely on the escape for all their flight needs and for performance. More and more companies are coming up with better performing escape that reduce power needs and increase performance. The escape is mainly located inside the main frame of the drone. Flight controller. The flight controller is basically the motherboard of the drone. It is responsible for all the commands that are issued to the drone by the pilot. It interprets input from the receiver, the GPS module, the battery monitor and the onboard sensors. The flight controller is also responsible for the regulation of the motor speeds through the escape and for the steering of the drone. Any commands such as triggering of the camera, controlling the autopilot mode and other autonomous functions are controlled by the flight controller. Users will most likely not be required to make any alterations to the flight controller, as this may often affect the performance of the drone. GPS module. The GPS module is responsible for the provision of the drone longitude, latitude and elevation points. It is a very important component of the drone. Without the GPS module, drones would not be as important as they are today. The modules help drone navigate longer distances and capture details of specific locations on land. The GPS module also helps in returning the drone safely home. In most modern drones, the GPS module helps in returning the drone safe to the controller in case it loses connection to the controller. This helps in keeping the drone safe. Battery. The battery is the part of the drone that makes all actions and reactions possible. Without the battery, the drone would have no power and would therefore not be able to fly. Different drones have different battery requirements. Smaller drones may need smaller batteries due to the limited power needs. Bigger drones, on the other hand, may require a bigger battery with a larger capacity to allow it to power all the functions of the drone. There is a battery monitor on the drone that helps in providing battery information to the pilot to monitor the performance of the battery. Camera. Some drones come with an inbuilt camera while others have a detachable camera. The camera helps in taking photos and images from above, which forms an important use of drones. There are different camera types and qualities in the market and a variety to choose from. These are basically the main component of a drone. Military. Drones, or unmanned aerial vehicles, have found a few applications in the military and defense world. Owing to the small size of the drones, they can usually penetrate constricted spaces. Add to that, many drones have effective cameras, and this makes the drones suitable for purposes of bomb detection. Thus, these aerial vehicles are apt for making us aware of live bombs and save lives in the process. The defense of any country usually involves conducting regular surveys of potentially hazardous areas in order to ensure protection of the people and the place. Using drones, in this case, could be an interesting idea. This reduces manual labor and you get a wider field of view. This also does not hamper the normal lives of the people, as they do not have to enter these dangerous areas themselves. This idea has given the movie industry a completely new look, and some of the names that come up when we talk about filmography with drones are James Bond's Skyfall, the well-acclaimed Leonard DiCaprio's The Wolf of Wall Street, the evergreen Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, the popular television series Game of Thrones, and many more. Filmmakers have fully grasped the idea of drone flight in their creative process and have managed to generate a wide range of new ideas and perspectives. Shipping and delivery. Even though the shipping and delivery applications of UAVs are still being developed, this idea could be revolutionary for the world soon. This could significantly improve delivery times and reduce human labor. Be it delivering pizzas, letters, or even small parcels, these programmed drones could do the work for you. In fact, Amazon is working on its resources to facilitate 30-minute delivery services by means of drones. If this is brought to fruition, more than half of your shopping and food orders could be done within a span of a few minutes, with drones delivering your packages at your doorstep. Disaster management. One of the most important applications for these UAVs lies in disaster management. It is often seen that there is utter chaos and mismanagement of resources soon after a disaster, be it a man-made or a natural calamity. Drones could help you significantly here. By coordinating valuable resources and eliminating the need for a vast amount of manpower, these drones could be of great help immediately following a disaster, and even save lives. Rescue operations and healthcare. Usually, a rescue operation is a fight against time. You need to get the work done fast and smoothly. This is where drones come in handy. With the help of thermal sensors, drones can locate lost persons. They are also especially useful at night or even in challenging terrains. Simply put, drones can easily reach places that many humans cannot, and this can be invaluable when timely rescues are critical. These can be deployed quickly and can travel through small spaces. Besides, these UAVs are also useful for sending in food or medical supplies to unreachable locations before the rescue team comes in to help. Geographic mapping. Drones also have had an enormous effect in the field of 3D geographic mapping. there are regions on the Earth that are not easily accessible to humans. This might include some dangerous coastlines or unattainable mountain tops. But for the purpose of studying the terrain and preparing 3D maps, drones have been using. Weather forecasting. One of the most important uses of drones lies in weather forecasting. This has, once again, given new light to the concept of predicting the weather conditions. With exceptional cameras and effective sensors, these drones can collect important information that could aid in weather forecasts. For instance, sending drones into the hurricanes, tornadoes and the likes could bring us essential footage to study their patterns and occurrences. These drones can then focus on detailed weather parameters. Drones are also very apt for this job because of their unmanned nature. Drones could safely go into weather events when humans cannot, and we can collect valuable information and data in the process. Agriculture. Drones have also found applications in the field of agriculture. This is especially true for large-scale farmers who have reported significant improvements in crop yields with the use of these drones. Regular aerial monitoring of agricultural lands can provide us with a more in-depth analysis of crop performance. With the help of the near-infrared sensors, one could study the health of these crops and farmers could act accordingly. Moreover, drones can perform this analysis at low costs with no impact on the fields or the surrounding areas. This not only leads to healthy crop growth, but also increases their yield. Quality aerial imaging. Drones can take high-quality aerial photographs and video and collect vast amounts of imaging data. These high-resolution data can be used to create 3D maps and interactive 3D models, which have many beneficial uses. For example, 3D mapping of disaster areas can enable rescue teams to be better prepared before entering hazardous situations. Precision. Since unmanned aerial vehicles are equipped with GPS, they can be programmed and maneuver accurately to precise locations. This is especially helpful in precision agriculture, in which UAVs are used for a variety of farming needs such as spraying fertilizer and insecticide, identifying weed infestations, and monitoring crop health. The precision of UAVs saves farmers both time and cost. Easily deployable. With advances in control technology, most drones can be operated by users with relatively minimal experience. Combined with the relatively low cost of most models, this has led to drones becoming accessible to a wide range of operators. UAVs also have a greater range of movement than manned aircraft, being able to fly lower and in more directions, allowing them to easily navigate traditionally hard-to-access areas. Security. With the appropriate license, operators can use unmanned aerial vehicles to provide security and surveillance to private companies, sporting events, public gatherings, and venues. Drones can also gather valuable data during and after natural disasters to aid in security and recovery efforts. Saves time. Drones are very convenient for users who want to save more time while covering a scene and navigating above the ground. With just a push of a button, users can already fly the drone and start recording moving images to its surroundings in a lesser time. Users will no longer have to wait for a photographer, cameraman, and digital artist to accomplish the job just to record images or carry a material. All recorded media clips are easily transferred to either of your internal and external data storage units. This is to ensure that the clips are secured in a storage unit from an exploitation or leakage from unauthorized third-party users without wasting time. Require less effort. When users intend to capture a photo or video, drones provide a better accessibility than the traditional camera to lessen effort. Drones are smaller and more convenient than the traditional large cameras, which require your whole body to carry the camera just to capture images and videos. The only thing that a user must consider is to virtually operate their mobile device attached to the control system of the drone. You can use the drones for a longer period because it does not cause any fatigue to the body while navigating the environment and recording important clips from the surroundings. Illustrative example. These are some of the companies offering solutions and offerings for drones. 3D Robotics, Umbrella, Rotor Robotics, Boeing, DJI, GoPro, Lockheed Martin Corporation, Parrot, Unique.